are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Throwing to start the drive. Cole. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Hand off right side to Pierce. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Cole. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Ready, set. 19 Tiger.
Play fake. Here's Willis. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. It's Willis. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
Buffalo 18.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. 1st and 10, it's Willis. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside 3rd of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Okay, ready.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he fires one that's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Come 19! Come 19!
Off play action. Cole swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. Taken in at the 22. A nice little juke. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Willis. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now Willis. open. It's Marshall complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Willis looking to throw on first down. This one left side caught by Patterson. Touchdown Panthers. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the... Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad. They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Back to 60.
On third down, it's Willis. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To the air on first down, here's Willis. And this one is incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
79 Broncos.
Again to throw, Willis on second down. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, 31 yards. And the Panthers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
Cowboys nominated. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
To throw on second down, Cole. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 21-0 our score after 1.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Willis will look to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Tommy Tremble, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I think you could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Off the play fake, here's Willis. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. That's complete out right to the tight end, Tremble. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. From the 45 on 2nd down, Willis. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28. Now Willis on 1st and 10. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Lutz good on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a 1-score game. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Drop 50, drop 50.
Willis looks to pass it here. Out to the flat here for Johnson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Let's go now.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. The 3rd and 2, here's Willis. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane and have batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. On 3rd and 2, Cole. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. He's got room past the 30, and he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is this depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
On 1st down, Willis. And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Here's Willis. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
Ready? Hurt! 18 Rattler!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
Go check!
They'll toss this to Pierce on the right side. Room here to run. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Looking to throw. Cole. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Panthers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
So the first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Let's go now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Cole. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Lutz with the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
Gets the dump off to Pierce. And they're going to get this up to midfield. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end. Touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
First and 10, Willis. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. Willis. Going down the middle, and it's complete. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. Second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Willis. That caught by Trimble. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 37. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. In motion, the tight end. On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, that would be the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Third down, it's Willis. There's Trimble, the tight end. Touchdown! Tommy Trimble from 17 yards out. And the Panthers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of it.
He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, have the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. Running it out of the gun with Pierce. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Off the play fake. Cole. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On third down, Cole. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Ready, ready.
Looking to throw. Cole. And now here's another interception. And the Panthers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game.
Touchdown, Carolina! DJ Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Brian Burns able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Looking to throw on second down. Cole. And my goodness, another interception. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
To try again after the sack. Willis. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Here's Willis, 3rd and long. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
On the 6.
And Willis keeping it himself on the option. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Willis on 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Now Lewis selects to return it, and nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
19 right.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Cole. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And now here is another interception. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only did they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
Ready, set.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will slide to a hold at the end of that one. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
18, right here.
Looking to throw. Cole. Under pressure, they got him again. Chris Jones, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
Ready? 18, Rattler. 18, Rattler. Ready?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Panthers will get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They find some open field here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 18. It's a Carolina 1st down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat!
Willis now off of play action. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the second time.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. The bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
On first and goal, they'll try the option left. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Here we go.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal.
Ready.
Willis looking to throw it. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Throwing on second and long. Willis. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Back to throw. Cole firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, that means talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4.
And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It's the corner blitz that got him. J.C. Jackson with a sack. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
Come on.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo
exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
79 Broncos. 3. 19 tight.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Cole. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Okay, ready?
For the first play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They go to Johnson again. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Panthers, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.
You